Hi guys, it's Wombat, and look at my truck. It's the ZIL 157 with a beautiful 360 horsepower engine and a 8-speed transmission, and behind it I have 35 tons of something. What could possibly go wrong? I'm on my way to ROS from St. Petersburg, and as the video title suggests, I'm using PROMZONA to get there, because PROMZONA has finally been released, so we are finally adding it. And not only that, but I'm happy with the additional add-ons for ROS that we normally would use, such as Speed of Snow and cargo mods. So we're adding those as well, and we are also updating the texture fixes by ROEX and Roextended for this setup. And I want to scream out to not only a shout out this time, I'm going to scream out to ROEX and thank you very much for keeping that texture fix updated for us. The latest version 3, adds fixes for southern region, and it's absolutely incredible that you keep that file updated for us, ROEX. I can't imagine how much work it is keeping that fix running for us. For those of you who do not know what a texture fix is, if you are having problems with flickering, terrain, tarmac, wherever on the map, and that fix file, and that will sort everything out for you. And it's working incredibly well, and it always scares me when I hear ROEX complaining about how things are working, or rather not working, on version 1.35. Hang in there, buddy, things will get better. We really appreciate your work, so again, thank you very much, ROEX. Enough said. This is just an update of the map combo, but we are going to go through what the map looks like, and then of course how you set everything up. And in the end of the video I will go through the regular problems that might occur and how you fix them. So let's do this. So on the map then we have EAA to the west. We have Promods a little bit of everywhere. We also have Swedish islands here. And we have ROS and RusMap, Great Steppe and the road to Aral here. Then we have the road connection from Great Steppe to ROS, as well as from Rusmap to ROS, as well as finally PROMZONA here. We have Emden, Paris rebuilt, southern region, and Gukovo, the road connection from southern region to YKSRSK, and the road connection from Great Steppe to YKSRSK. Gee, I can't pronounce it today. YKSRSK is here, and Romania Extended is here. And I'm on version 2.2, which means that I have Chernobyl and this part here. You might not have this part here, doesn't really matter. If you are on 2.1, this works just as fine with that. We then have Australia down here. We have Afromap, PJ Indo, and finally Antarctica map here. So for the setup itself, there are some minor changes this time. I'm gonna point those out for those of you who have my previous setup. At the bottom we have YKSRSK Assets version 1.8, Australia Tasmania Model Map Def and Quick Fix version 3. We also have Antarctica Map and Def, followed by Afromap, PJ Indo, EAA base file and Map by EAA, the optional power cargo and heavy cargo for EAA. We have the Great Steppe Model Map Def, Road to Aral add-on map. This is a newer version, this is version 1.1. The previous version was 1.0b. This version says that it still is version 1.0b, but it is actually version 1.1. So make sure that you update this one. We then have the Great Steppe ferry fix, which fixes the Travemunde ferry. We have Southern Region Map Model 3.2.1 Def and Map file. We also have the Southern Region English city names and the Southern Region add-on Gukovo. Then we have Russian open spaces model, map, open spaces, vehicle, vehicle truck, and finally, this is a new one for this setup, the Speed of Snow. What the Speed of Snow does is that it allows you to haul at regular speed even on snow, as the mod suggests in its name, on Russian open spaces wherever there are snow on open spaces. We also have the optional ROS heavy cargo and double trailers. Then we have the ROS Great Steppe road connection and the Rusmap def file. Above that we have Promods models package 3.2.1, media package, map package, definition package and assets package. Above that we have EAA 5.1 plus Promods 241 fix and Rusmap model 2 model map. Then we have the road connection between Promods and Rusmap version 4.1 and finally PROMZONA 4, and this is the version for ROS, RusMap and Promods. There are one other version of it with support for only ROS and RusMap, but obviously we're using this one. And then we have the road connection between ROS and RusMap, Rudis old city names, which are English city names for RusMap. We have Russian open spaces fix file and the English city names for ROS. This file was previously down where you normally find ROS, but I've moved it up here because with the addition of PROMZONA, the English city names is once again translated to Cyrillic. Yeah, it's moved up here instead. It's going back a little bit. It's been suggested that you don't need the Rudis old city names anymore. I'm keeping it for now. I haven't started testing without it yet. Apparently it's possible to run this one with localized names instead in the settings and then get English city names. But I'm keeping it for now simply because together with ROS there are issues with city names. So I'm keeping this for now. Then we have the Romania extended files. Obviously I'm on version 2.2. If you're on version 2.1, that is just fine as well. Just keep in mind that you need to use the 2.1 version of the road connections instead of version 2.2 road connections like I am doing. So if you are on version 2.1, the load order is the same as I have here, but you need to change all of these files to the 2.1 version instead. And once you've done that, the file number 4321 is followed by the Promods Romania Extended Road Connection version 3, Romania extended to Rusmap road connection version 3, as well as Romania extended English city names. Then we have the YKSRSK Def and Map version 1.8 file and YKSRSK Promods road connection. This is for version 1.7.1, but it works just fine with 1.8 as it did with 1.7.1. We also have YKSRSK Bosnia Addon and YKSRSK Southern Region road connection. I am using, I think this is, it's Sergey's road connection. Arias has one as well. Doesn't matter if you're using Sergey's or Arias, do whatever you like. Just make sure that whatever road connection between YKSRSK and Southern Region you use are located here. We then have the Great Steppe and YKSRSK road connection, followed by Paris Rebuilt, Emden, Swedish Islands, and the updated texture fixes by Arias. This is version 3 then, and it works just fine. Doesn't matter if you are on DX11 or DX9, if you have problems with flickering roads or terrain, and this one, and the problem should be solved. The update adds support for even more map mods. So this is not strictly for Romania Extended, it is basically for any map mod you could possibly use, including in this version Southern Region. Finally, on top of everything else, we again have one of Arias files. It's the MEGAzoom for Promods version 2. And make sure that you are using the MEGAzoom for Promods and not the Super Zoom, because the Super Zoom makes your game crashes if you zoom too far in on the map. So if your game crashes during zooming on the map, make sure you are using the MEGAzoom instead. And that completes the setup itself. And of course you're still listening if you're having any problems setting this up. So for those of you who might have such problems, first thing, make sure that you are on version 1.35. If you're on version 1.34 or version 1.36, this won't work. You need version 1.35. Doesn't matter what minor version of 1.35 you're on, as long as it is one of the final releases of 1.35, you're good. And you also need all 5 map DLCs. You won't get away with just having 4 or 3 or 2 or none at all. You need all 5 map DLCs, period. And if you are having problems, despite being on 135, having all 5 map DLCs, make sure that the versions of the mods are at least the same version I have. It could possibly work with later versions than I have. Normally it does, but it will definitely not work if you are using older versions than I do. And if you are using the same versions as I do, make sure that you are setting this up in this very same order as I do, and don't skip any of the mods. If you don't want to use one of the mods or 2 or 3 of the mods, depending on which mods you want to remove, this setup might not work. So make sure that you use all of them and that you add them in the exact same order as I do. And if you're still having problems, it's probably because you also use additional mods. Now that might work very well, but don't complaining about the map combo that it doesn't work if you also have other mods on. To verify that the setup actually works, and if you want to use a profile that you're already using with mods on it, remove those mods, remove all mods. Make sure the profile still works, then add the combo only, and when that works you may add your other mods back in again. Worst case scenario, your you've done everything as I told you to and it still doesn't work, verify that you actually have working mods by creating a new profile, complete the first haul on that profile, and then add just the combo to that profile. Hopefully that will work, and if it doesn't, you can always email me at the address on the screen right now. Then send me your game.log file, not your crash.log, but your game.log file, and I'll see if I can fix it for you. Probably can. In any way, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe as well. As always with my videos, feel free to share them on all your social media. I am very, very happy when you do that, and hopefully that gives me a few more views, and last but not least, a few more subscribers as well, which helps me out tremendously. So in advance, thank you very much for that. Take care everyone. Bye bye.